Okay, let's go to chapter number 2. We're gonna talk about federal zone and ejido land. Federal zone. Remember that I told you in chapter number 1 that according with the boundaries of Mexico and the coast of Mexico, certain 50 kilometers from the coast, 100 kilometers from the boundaries of Mexico, no foreigners can buy property, just Mexicans. Federal zone has to be, and it's not exactly to purchase federal zone. It's a permit that you will obtain from the government to be on that federal zone. Now, as you are not Mexican, you can create a Mexican corporation, which is going to be a Mexican. And the only requirement to make a corporation to ask to the Mexican government to ask to use the federal zone, which is usually on the coasts. The shares, the stocks has to be 51% Mexican. See what I mean? The rest, it can be foreigners, but 51% has to be a Mexican. In that federal zone, what it would be the purpose for you to ask the Mexican government to be used? It would be to explore, to investigate, to make research about the sea, the waves, the land, the sand, nature, but it's that purpose. Remember, federal zone is just owned or used by Mexican. In a Mexican corporation, it became a Mexican, okay? Ejido land is very interesting, the ejido land. Ejido land is like Indian reservations in the US. So they have their own petit comité laws, regardless of the Mexican Constitution, but they have their own law. Ejido land. It's based on a committee of people. Their name is ejidatarios or avecindados. The vecindado word, it means neighbor. And if a foreigner wants to purchase ejido land, you will not receive a title. You will receive a piece of paper where it shows that you have the right of that possession. Okay? Their possession. Not a title, possession rights. That possession right, it won't be eligible to ask for a loan to the bank to build your house. It has some limitations, the possession. And remember that that possession is inside the committee. And the committee can vote. You will be kind of floating as a foreigner having a possession right, even though it's on the ejido law that you will have the right of the possession. I wouldn't recommend that for you as a foreigner to buy the possession rights of one ejido. If you decide to do that with your own risk, you have to be very careful in this. Usually the ejido land, they have been inherited from the grandfather. And imagine we have 100 acres, but the father passed away, and he had 4 sons. He has Arturo, Juan, Gabriel, y Maria. Okay? And imagine all this portion of land, it was owned by their parents. They passed away. But these 4 guys did not make the subdivision, the proper subdivision of the huge piece of land. It means that if you come to the ejido people and you ask them, you ask Arturo, can I buy, would you sell me that piece of property? He will say, yeah, definitely. Let's go to the ejido office and I'm gonna transfer my possession from Arturo to John. No? Okay, you will have your piece of paper and it's gonna say that you have the right of the possession of that title. But imagine in a couple of years, Maria, Gabriel, or Juan will go to you and they will tell you, you are on my land. You're gonna say, no, I bought it from Arturo. But guess what? as it's not the subdivision, the 20% of everything has been owned by these 4 kids. You got me? I strongly suggest you, if you want to buy any kind of property here, hire an attorney. You can hire me. Hire to whoever attorney you trust. You're gonna pay him, yeah, and it's gonna cost you, yes, because that's how we make our living. But you are buying peace of mind. That's our goal, to give you a peace of mind when you come to this beautiful country, which is Mexico. Just for the investigation, for the research of that piece of land. Could be private property, ejido, or federal zone. But hire an attorney. I strongly suggest you that. We're gonna stop on this chapter number 2. We're gonna go to chapter number 3 with private property. Okay? Let's go.